You go out on a Tuesday or Wednesday night in Barcelona, yeah, the bars, yeah, there'll be a few people here. You go out on a Tuesday, Wednesday night in the Basque Country, Bilbao and San Sebastian, streets are packed. Packed. In winter, pouring rain, the streets are packed. In Madrid, the bars are busy.
Drinking gin.
In Valencia, the bars are busy. In the south, the bars are quite busy. Some areas of the north, depending on the weather, cold and that, maybe not so. Barcelona, it's Thursday to Saturday. It's one of the things about upping our game and making the service that we do in general, not just in gin and gin tonics, is that where you're really doing a lot of your business 9 or 10 hours a week, because that's when people are coming to your bars. Different in other parts. People come to the new bar, the Balios bar, and they say, oh wow, this in Madrid, you know, and I'm like, I know, if I took my bar and moved it to Madrid, I would probably triple the billing on the intake on the bar. But you know, I live in Barcelona, that's where my family is, where my little boy is, and so that's where we are. But it's the top end of the cocktail market in Spain, where gin was, where it started, where we started, where the whole gin thing started. It's big gin tonic culture, and Barcelona has always been where it's happening. The regional difference in Spain tend to open up to the more popular end of drinking, which is, at the end of the day, for an industry, it's a good thing if people are generally drinking you know, all those different products and they're interested. When that reaches a popular level whereby they're looking and, oh, this one I haven't tried, this one I haven't tried. Gin, the whole thing is the story. The story about how it's made, or the story about who's behind it, that whole thing. We've been talking about that today, sending up gin in a balloon, sending it to get icebergs, or all these kind of brand things. And that's the big advantage, and I think that's one of the things that's helped it stay up there in this last, for us, what is it, 12 years? And it's up there. We're not perhaps selling as much as we were, but only because there's so many more bars. But, you know, it's still happening. It's still what people ask for. People come to the XiX bar because they want to have gin tonics. And we have a big target industry. We're able to sell to a brand saying, I can guarantee that 90% of people who walk through the door are going to be having a gin tonic. So when I'm doing a promotion or a gin of the month or work with a certain brand, they know that. So that's, you know, that's helpful. Best for a little bar like us. If you ever came to Barcelona and you came to the XiX bar, you'd be very surprised when you saw those numbers up there, just how small the bar is. That's the thing. And I think that's one of the things that kept it attractive. Small is beautiful, small is, you know, there's an expression in Spanish, small but killer. Small but killer is, you know, it's just like, yeah, it's just that. So that's, I think, is what has kept XiX bar up there. One of the anecdotes that I didn't get around to saying was about 2 years ago, Luca Cinali came to Ballet's bar and he did a talk, he did a masterclass, 8 hours, just completely. And I went for dinner with him afterwards, and I said, oh, you know, we have the bar, XiX bar, blah, 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 and we went, gin tonics, yeah. Oh, how long have you had it? Oh, yeah, 10 years. And he just stopped and looked at me. You've been selling gin tonics for 10 years? I was like, yes. You know, you look at Ginali's about the new, they're doing things that people have never done, and he just couldn't get his head around that we had been working and doing the gin tonic thing for so many years, and here we are 2 years later and we're still doing it, and it's working, and it's I think the basis of it is what I was explaining this afternoon, which is such a mature market, where a phrase that I didn't get around to saying this afternoon was that it's perhaps 5 steps forward and 2 steps back, and it's going to stay that way. We're never going to go 5 steps back. Who's going to go back to drinking from this? I mean, it still happens. And 12 years ago, I would get a bollocking for serving in the big glass. No, gin tonic should be served. But it's really, you know, would you?